Energy,
energy up.
energy up. Because I think Carla heard me say that in the hotel. It's just like, what is that? And I'm like, oh,
It's like it's our chant to get our energy up so we can so it can come way down. It can come way down when we talk about dark ass shit.
That is how we do this. That is exactly how we do this.
Yeah, it's all.
We're like a roller coaster. Right?
We are. We are a roller coaster of energy. We have the highest highs and the lowest lows.
Welcome to Scary Mystery Surprise,
where we talk about scary things that surprised us around the internet.
I'm Edwin.
I'm Michelle.
Imagine the following, Michelle. It's 11 o'clock at night, and you're done watching your favorite series on Netflix.
Columbo. Yeah, or Discovery Plus. Right now it's Columbo, but Ghost Adventures is just come back. So, and
really?
Death Files is also back. Yes, they are both back.
Cool.
New episodes, quite enjoyable. I can't recommend them enough.
It's late. You kiss your dog goodnight, get into bed, and then you stare up at the ceiling a little bit, just before going to sleep.
Typical.
But before you know it, you're asleep. Next thing you know, the ceiling is moving farther away from you, and the furniture is moving toward you. You see your nightstand coming straight for your head, and that's it. You're suddenly floating toward the light.
Oh, God.
And you have to choose who you're going to haunt.
I should pick an enemy, right? I have a list, so I'll just work my way down.
See, and the thing is, you don't know how you died. So you're like,
right.
Dang it. That's what makes a ghost. When you're just like suddenly dead. You're like, what? Where do I go? Oh my God. Like,
right.
What? Anyway, CNN knows though.
What?
Did
they kill me?
Well, it's because they actually ended up, this story, something similar actually happened. And CNN published this article that just really caught my eye, called "A Loud Crash, Then Nothing. Sinkhole Swallows Florida Man."
Oh my God.
I know, it sounds funny because the title,
the title is epic.
Yeah.
That is like an epic title. Oh my God.
But what the hell? Seriously though, like it's terrible. Like this guy died. The article came on March 5th, 2013. And it tells the news of a man in Tampa, Florida. It was late when Jeremy Bush heard his brother scream for help. Like, help me. And he was sleeping in his own room. And it's sad. Like, even just reading the account of his brother trying to help him and not being able to is seriously, it got to me. This is why true crime is hard for me. Anyway, basically a hole opened up underneath his bedroom. And not even rescuers could go in because it was so dangerous. 20 feet wide and an estimated around 20 to 30 feet deep. The county actually determined that the house might end up getting swallowed up too. So like the whole area was just like evacuated. The other people that were there, I think it was 4 other people and even a 2-year-old, like they escaped. But the brother was trying to get the brother out, and he went and tried to dig him up, but it was just so much dirt and just impossible. Yeah. Anyway, his name was Jeff Bush, the guy who was swallowed up, and his body was never recovered.
Oh my God, swallowed by the earth. You don't think about a sinkhole dumping dirt on you when you get pulled into the sink. I think I just always imagine it like you just go straight down. You don't, not like,
you're just
like you're just falling forever, like Alice in Wonderland or something like that. I never thought about the dirt actually falling on you. Yeah, that's terrifying. You're basically buried alive.
Yeah, that's terrible. It's like imagine a landslide in 360. It's like from all directions.
That's exactly what it would be.
Yeah, because I thought, it's like suddenly just, like a thing open, like cartoon style, just something just opens and you fall deep into it. But no. Anyway, the hole was filled up and what remained of the house was removed. And 2 years later, August 20th, 2015, CNN releases another article called Massive Florida sinkhole that swallowed up man reopens. Which just tells you what happened.
It feels like a curse now because they left him in there.
Ooh. Yeah, so he's like, revenge.
Yeah, he's like, now everyone will die in sinkholes in this neighborhood.
It's like when you look at a picture now, there's like, it's fenced around it. Like it's,
God.
Yeah. And it's a bizarre looking hole. Like it's like a circular, and it's just, it's weird. It's really weird to look at that. And really sad too. It's just a sad story. I think the account from the brother is what got me the most out of all this, but also the fear that it could happen to me. Like,
did they know what caused that sinkhole in Florida, or was it?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the whole area there. It's, because of storms and rain.
Mm-hmm.
There was rain, I think, before that, and limestone, kind of dissolves, or not dissolves, but like, what is it called? Disintegrate? I don't know what it's called when it just
it like it's porous, I think. So it makes like caves and stuff with water.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there are causes to that. I mean, the actual like real natural causes to that. But also in cities with, leaky pipes, and, it affects that too. So it might be man-made and it might be natural, but that area in Florida also has other sinkholes. So yeah, not far from there was another one.
So it's like a natural occurrence in that neighborhood.
Yeah. I mean, it's not it's not common, but it's not like, oh, it never happens, right? Like they know about it. Like I kept finding story after story, right? But not anything as like not the same level as a Florida guy who got swallowed up. But still bizarre one. And one of these was very extreme. This one takes place in Guatemala, as the folks say it.
Was that like your Texas accent? What was that? Guatemala. It's Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Thank you for speaking English so we all understood.
Yeah, I had to translate that. Translate. Ciudad de Guatemala, Zona 2. So Zone 2.
Okay.
And Guatemala City.
God, Americans really don't say their T's, huh? Like it's really no, we really do not say T's. That's so funny.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like Santa Monica, we just go Santa instead of Santa.
Yeah.
Like
it's like, oh, you gotta go see Santa.
Santa. Oh man. This is why the world makes fun of us.
I know.
Makes sense.
Well, it does. And I think it's acceptable. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, as an American, I'm fine with it. So go right ahead, everybody. Anyway, Guatemala. Guatemala.
An entire factory, a 3-story factory, just collapsed. But it didn't just collapse. It fell into a hole in the ground, about 65 feet in diameter and 300 feet deep.
What the fuck? That's so deep. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Like, that's like a 30-story building? Or
yeah, that's insanity.
Yeah, it's creepy looking too. Like I saw these, I'm like, is this real? It's just it's very circular, and like as you see the picture, it just gets darker and darker. The it just never, like it just looks like it goes down forever, and it just looks fake. In the building though, there had been one security guard who was listed as missing, not dead because it was never confirmed. They never found him, which is really sad. But I mean, it was he probably
person, He probably went to that prehistoric place that everybody goes.
And it's just floating in time. It's just
he's just stuck in time fighting dinosaurs and saving a child that will someday become your husband, but they then has to travel back in time to rescue you because you're second time. That kind of thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's
time
the
is
thing.
so complicated.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
It's just a fact.
I think of that whenever there's like a close call. Like when you're about to die, you're like, had I done this 1 second earlier, like,
Uh-huh.
It really.
It's like, oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. You have those moments where it's like, oh, well, I guess not today. Not today.
When I was looking up all this info, I found an article from a website called Christian Science Monitor.
Okay.
And one of the quotes was like, speaking of this sinkhole, sorry, the only way to describe it is to say it's huge. It doesn't seem real. And I was like, I mean, duh. Like, it's huge. And it doesn't seem real. Like, these things can't happen. Like, why? What is going on? Like a whole building. And if you look at it, it's not just like a building in the middle of nowhere. This is like in a city. Like there's buildings that are around this huge hole. There's a sidewalk that kind of like the corner of the sidewalk where the little ramp is kind of when you're crossing the street. That's kind of like in the hole. So no, there's no, I don't know. I want to know if they filled it in or what happened or
how do you fill it in? I mean, what do? You just fill it with
rock,
trash? I don't know. Rocks?
Trash.
I don't know. You're just trying to. I don't know how you stabilize something like that. Like I don't know.
And if they can reopen,
right.
That's what makes it like.
It's like, could they ever put anything back on that property ever again? Hey, if you're a sinkhole expert and you're listening to this show, write in and tell us what they fill sinkholes with. Because I don't, it's hard to even imagine.
I know. I can't imagine. They're just like scooping things in there and it's just going yum 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 yum.
Yeah, it's like, let's throw a old junker car in there.
It just swallows it up.
Yeah,
it burps. Thank you.
Thank you. Because you'd want to put stuff that didn't biodegrade, right? Because then it would just sink again.
Uh-huh.
So
it has to be dense and strong enough to, not. I don't know. Because also, what if it's? I don't know how these things happen. Like, I really want to ask. Like, I know I can look it up, but I mean, they're going to give me so much.
Ask. We want someone to tell us. It's more
and
legit
like,
that way.
like. Yeah, like if they're explaining it to a 5-year-old, like I want to know.
Yeah, please. If you feel like explaining how sinkholes work to a 5-year-old, then email us and let us know. Or DM us on our Instagram page.
Oh, man. Like, these things, though, they do have a reason why they happen. And in this case, it had been because of Tropical Storm Agatha and the, Pacaya volcano eruption. But the actual explanation could be because of crap, like literal crap. The sewer pipes had been leaking for some time. And because the city's built on volcanic deposits, which are low density, so that means, there's air in between or some type of gas particle in between, or you can crush it or whatever. They're prone to erosion. The geologists that helped with the study from Dartmouth College partially blamed the lax city zoning regulations and building codes. And they say that the sinkhole should be renamed a piping feature and not a sinkhole, because I guess it wasn't natural. So I guess it's getting political now.
That sucks for that security guard to have fallen into the earth, but then also to probably be covered with shit. So you're like, you fall into the earth and then you're in a shithole. Like
literally.
Like a literal shithole. Like, that's awful. That is awful.
When I was a kid, like, I used to have this, not an obsession, but I really like digging. And you know how dogs kind of do that? Like, they have a thing, like they either dig or they like to. I think as kids, we have certain things too, where like we like to do one thing and like that. For me, it was digging. Like, I used to dig in the backyard and like bury things, like jars of coins or stuff. And I don't know if there's any in there now that I think
I'm
about
going to
it.
try. Now you
Yeah.
might want to.
Yeah, get like a few
Some
bucks out of it.
gold. Yeah, some gold.
I don't think I had gold, but sure. Yeah, I might. Sure.
Some like 30 cents that you've buried in the backyard.
There, there was this book I remember reading about this kid who dug his way all the way to China. Like he just kept digging, and I was so like, because I'm sure somebody out there must have read it or heard about
Well,
this.
yeah. I mean, I think we all grew up with that. You're going to dig your way to China. I don't know if that's just like a saying or if it came from a book, but it seemed really possible when you were a kid to like dig your way to China.
There was this, the book told of this kid who was just digging, and then as he's making it closer to the center of the earth, he's in this, I don't know, a type of spaceship looking
like
thing.
Suit. Yeah, he's in a suit.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, this is so cool. And I'm like, what if I just dig deep enough, not to go all the way to China, but like make a little cave for myself down there? That would be so cool. And I remember starting the dig, and I'm like, I'm never gonna get this ever. The largest one of these sinkholes, which is the largest one in the world that has been discovered, I guess, because there's areas. I don't think humans have been everywhere, like every single square inch yet. Maybe I don't know. It's possible, I guess. But anyway, the largest one of these measures 660 meters deep, which is multiply that by 3 to get it in feet. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how any of that works.
Around 1,800 feet, almost 2,000 feet.
Jesus.
With a volume of 130 million cubic meters. They're just numbers. I can't visualize that. Yeah.
I believe you. It sounds big.
It's in China. But it isn't the middle. It's not like in the middle of a city or anything. So that's why I didn't really count it. It doesn't count as freaky, and therefore maybe not worthy of scary mystery surprise, because it's just this nice looking foresty hole with animals and species of things that live there, and it's you could just imagine Snow White just hanging out there. So so we'll just ignore that. Yeah, just the magical sinkhole. We'll just ignore that hole. Actually, the name for it's Tiankeng, which means the heavenly pit. So definitely.
I'm assuming there's some people that maybe think sinkholes are caused by the devil. Am I right about that?
Yep.
Just because,
we're going to ask that question. Are sinkholes
are caused by the devil coming up and trying to claim you? Because it does feel like a very Final Destination like thing where it's like, oh, we're just going to take this one building, this one guy, this one thing.
Right.
It's very
selective.
Selective and targeted.
Oh man, that's why we have to do good. Don't sin, you guys.
That's true. I guess don't sin. I guess this has become a crazy Christian podcast in like 2 seconds. Don't sin or do sin, and make sure you're not above a sinkhole. I'm trying to think of what environment doesn't get sinkholes. Make sure you are living on a boat.
Yeah, I guess boats can. But maybe they can, and then you end up with one of those swirly ocean things.
That's actually what I'm scared of. Or, what is it? It's like a whirlpool.
A whirlpool. Oh.
Tidal waves. I'm terrified of tidal waves. That is not my jam. Not.
Oh, man. Anyway, so next time you're going to sleep,
be afraid.
I was going to say you might die. But yeah, like yours better. Like, be afraid.
Definitely add it to your list of things you stare at your ceiling at night about. It's like, oh, well, I could be just dead. I could wake up dead. I could definitely wake up dead in the morning.
You're gonna wake up dead.
Swallowed by a sinkhole. Never saw that coming.
Oh man. So anyway, remember, geologists or sinkhole experts, get in touch with us. You want to know? Actually, everybody get in touch with us. We're reading through it. We're reading through the Spotify messages. Those things are so cool.
Oh yeah, and the DMs. Don't forget that.
Yeah, DMs.
DMs and comments on the Instagram. We share those. So yeah, we're all about it. Anyway, what are we going to talk about next week, Edwin?
I know. I actually know this time.
Oh, do share.
But I'm not going to tell you till next week. It'll be a surprise.
Fine. Bye, guys.